Hello, and welcome to Team Maui Screencast. I'm going to be demonstrating compiling and installing in the Windows environment because it has a slightly different procedure for setting up your path and Java home variables. Now, what I'm first going to do is I'm going to hit the Windows key and pause break. I'm just going to bring up Control Panel and then System. I'm going to click on Advanced System Settings, and that's going to bring up my System's Properties windows. I'm going to click on Environment Variables, and you can see that I've already set up my Java home as well as my path. Now my path, I'm going to copy and paste that into a window so you can see it a little better. I've included the Apache Maven directory and its bin subdirectory. You're going to have to download this from maven.apache.org. Extract it onto your work directory and add it to the path. You're also going to make sure that your J2 runtime environment is in here, as well as your J2 developer kit environment is in here, so you can run both Java and the Java compiler. Right now, all it's got is Apache Maven. I'm going to check that I can actually run it by typing mvn. Sure enough, I can. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to make a selenium-ide directory. I'm going to open up Explorer, check out selenium-ide, and use tortoise svn. And I'm going to I'm going to do an svn checkout. As you can see, I'm checking out from trunk, and I'm checking out the source directory. So, click OK. Here we go. While that's going, I'm going to go back to my Selenium directory. And while I'm in here, this is where I'm going to execute my Maven package command. Now the Maven package command will compile all the files as well as generate the package code which will create your actual Firefox extension. So I'm going to check on the checkout. It's done. The problem with the current version of Trunk is that it fails the unit test. So I'm going to add two flags. I'm going to add the no test equals 1 and the dmaven.test.skip equals true. So, build. It takes a moment or two to build. And there we are, finished the build. You can see the big build successful message. Next thing we're going to do is set up the development profile. Okay, now we're going to set up our Firefox developer profile. So I'm going to go into the Run dialog and browse until I get to my Firefox directory, Mozilla Firefox, and I'm going to double click on Firefox. The next thing we're going to do is add a flag that'll make sure that we can get to the Profile Manager. So, Profile Manager, and they also have to add the no remote flag. So this brings up our Profile Manager dialog. What we're going to do is create a new profile for our Selenium development. The idea behind this is it'll be completely clean of any extensions that were there already, and it'll also make it easier to set up a custom folder just for our extension so that we don't have to install and reinstall the Selenium plugin so many times. You are going to need to actually start Firefox once your profile is created in order to create the extensions directory. Once you've done that, you can quit Firefox, open up Explorer, and then what you're going to want to do is go into Users, your username, App Data, Roaming, scroll down until you get to Mozilla, open Firefox, Profiles, and then you can see we've got Selenium development right here. This is the profile that we just created. You can open that, and I'm going to go into the extensions directory. and I'm going to need to make a new file. The next thing you're going to want to do is to Google for building selenium-ide, and then click on this link, which is from the OpenQA wiki. The reason you're going to go there is because we want this GUID. So we are going to go back to our extensions directory, and I'm going to change this to be named after the GUID. Next thing, I'm going to go back to my work directory, selenium-ide, and target. Target contains this XPI file, which is the Firefox extension that we've just built. I'm going to copy this path and go back to the extensions directory. I'm going to edit this, and I'm going to put that path in there with the trailing slash, but make sure there's no white space, so it can't be 2 lines. It's got to be 1 line. Save, and now I can open up my Firefox again. I'm going to close Firefox, and then I'm going to click on Selenium Development and relaunch it. Now, I'm going to open up File, C :/ as actually. Go to Work, selenium-ide, Target, and then click on the XPI. We're going to get a warning that says that it's unverified, but that's okay. So we're going to click Install. We have to restart Firefox. So there we go. Add-ons. Here we go. We've got selenium-ide. You can see that the GUID file is now no longer a file, it's a directory. So I'm going to double click on that, and we've got the contents of our XPI file. This means that Firefox found our target build and blew it up. Now this is a good thing. It means that we no longer have to uninstall our Firefox or our selenium-ide, restart Firefox, install it again, restart Firefox, and finally find ourselves able to use our new build. We've got the target directory stored in this Firefox profile, and it'll automatically pull the new XPI every time you launch. So now I'm going to go back into Firefox under Selenium Development, and we're going to go About Config. There's a couple things that we're going to change, so bypass that warning. And we're going to go javascript.options.show in console. Going to double click that to toggle it to true. We're also going to do nglayout.disable Zool cache. Okay, we don't have it already, so I'm going to copy that. I'm going to go new, and it's a boolean. Enter that. I'm going to set to true. So that means anything that we create. So that means anytime we change a Zool file, it will not be cached, and it'll turn up the next time that we start Firefox. The last thing that we need to change is extensions.selenium-ide.internal log threshold. And we don't have that either, so I'm going to go new string, enter that, and we're going to set the debug level to debug. There you have it.